What would he be doing now, between now and the Derby?
Oh, nothing but walking.
Mm-hmm. And what will you be doing between now and the Derby?
Walking.
I mean, you've done it all before, but the eve of the Derby morning, do you still feel the old butterflies?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Oh, yes. The tension builds up.
Yes. It's still a very special race.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's the greatest race in the world. That and the Grand National.
And you've won that a few times as well.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Do you think he'll win tomorrow?
Well, it remains to be seen, but he has undoubtedly won his races very impressively, and he appears to be a very good horse, because tomorrow it'll be proved.
Golden Fleece's racecourse debut was in the Old Town Stakes at Leopardstown, an effortless victory which was so impressive that he was rated second in the Irish Free Handicap as a 2-year-old.
Second, with Damavand in third, and inside the last furlong, Golden Fleece is the leader. From a certain second, Damavand in third, Duke of Dallas running on in fourth, but racing up to the finish, Golden Fleece the leader, chased home by a certain
Fleece in the lead, clear from a certain second place. Lords is third, then comes Stanera and Senior Citizen coming inside the final furlong. Golden Fleece in the lead and clear. Padidary looking round for non-existent dangers. He's well clear on Golden Fleece. Golden Fleece clear from a certain second place. Lords is third. As they come up towards the line, Golden Fleece is in the lead at the post. Golden Fleece.
Pat Edry, he'll be here to ride the horse, and also Persepolis, the French challenger, and a strong French challenger whose trainer Francois Boutin is also here. They'll be coming out the stables in just a second. Well, this is the hope of France, Persepolis. That's him in the yellow bandages, the dark grey colt. And he's not ridden by Yves Saint-Martin, his big race pilot, but his stable lad who's in the saddle this morning. And now here comes Golden Fleece, the favourite for the Derby. This is the horse we've all been waiting to see, the unbeaten colt trained by Vincent O'Brien. And there in the saddle, the man who'll be riding him tomorrow, Pat Edry. So this is Persepolis in the yellow bandages, with his French stable lad on board. And they're just trotting past us at the mile marker now. And then once they get on a little bit further, they'll be breaking into a canter, and then gently speeding up the pace as they come around Tattenham Corner into the straight. And here comes Golden Fleece now, and look at this lovely long stride that this bay colt has got. He really does look every inch a Derby winner. I'm most impressed. And Pat Edry just sitting there motionless. He seems to be getting an armchair ride as they gallop past me up towards the 7 furlong marker. They're going about good half speed at the moment. Just a real pipe opener, this. They'll be pulling up at the top and then just cantering slowly round.
Robert Sangster and Vincent O'Brien presented the strongest Derby challenge. Once more, their policy was paying dividends. On this occasion, they had spent $775,000, but the source remained the same, a son of Nijinsky from the Northern Dancer line. Against them came Persepolis from France, the mount of 41-year-old Yves Saint-Martin, who had won the Derby.
520 kilos, Mr. Hill. Well, talking to Lester here, he's looking at a Rocamadour. Got plenty of speed, Lester, but do you think he's going to get the trip?
It's a bit doubtful, you know. I think he'll run well.
Lester, you've watched the horses canter down. I know this is a bit of a poignant moment for you because they're not running, but what's been your impression of the fancied horses cantering down?
Well, Pecan, he looked, he was moving very well, and Joe moved, and Persepolis.
What about the favourite Golden Fleece? He's quite a stake, really. What do you think of him as an individual? You haven't seen him in the flesh.
No, I've never seen him before, you know. I wasn't all that impressed by him, you know. He's got a funny action when he's in his slow paces. I wasn't all that impressed with him.
And in quite a state, really, quite hot. Would that bother you?
Yeah, it's not too bad, you know. It's a very hot day, and I don't think it makes a lot of difference. You know. When I remember when I rode Emperor here, you know, he got in a terrible state before the race, and he still won easily.
Sure.
Golden Fleece, who's on the... Now, there he is in our picture now. As you can see, he's sweating very freely indeed. It's a hot day, it's a humid day, thoroughly muggy, but I'm afraid that there's no doubt about it, that is too much sweat for comfort. I don't, as Lester Piggott has said, horses quite often get into a terrible state before the Derby and still win. I think he said Emperor did with him. But nevertheless, if Vincent O'Brien is watching, I'm sure that he would prefer Golden Fleece to be a good bit drier than that. Perhaps it's just as well that he's going into the stalls late, one but last in fact, with only Palace Gold after him, because if he had to wait a long time in the stalls, well, he would get even more nervous. It may be the heat of the day, or it may be nerves. Fleece is now going into the stalls, so this is a really vital moment. Will he go in without hesitation? Here's the favourite. I believe all's going to be well. Right, he's in. Over to you, Graham Good.
So there's just one more to go into the stalls. So this is the 203rd Derby, and that one is Palace Gold. The one nearest to us is Florida Sun. On the far side of him, Fitzwarren. But that's it, they're under orders and they're away. Palace Gold a little bit slowly into its stride, and it's Reef Clay that leads in the very early stages from Wong Choi up on the outside. And with the leaders too is Kamparlan. Then on the inside is Florida Sun. They begin the stiff uphill climb, and it's Florida Sun going on from Reef Glade and Lobkowitz, then Kamparlan, then Wong Choi. At this stage, Saint Martin and Persepolis are last. Patetery and Golden Fleece are last but 2 or 3. They continue their journey up the stiff climb on the far side of the track, with Florida Sun in the lead. From Lobkowitz in second place, then comes Norwick in third. Then just on the outside of these is Touching Wood. Then behind Touching Wood up on the outside comes Wong Choi, and behind Wong Choi, Reef Glade. Then up on the inside of Reef Glade, Jalmood, then Fitzwarren, then Kamparlan up on the outside. They're at the top of the hill now, a mile left to race in the Derby, and it's Florida Sun in the lead. Florida Sun the leader from Reef Glade up on the outside of Lobkowitz, and then up on the inside comes Norwick, and behind these comes Touching Wood, then Wong Choi up on the outside. They begin the turn at the top of the hill with just 7 furlongs left to race. Florida Sun in the lead. From in second place Lobkowitz, then Norwick on the inside, then up on the outside is Reef Glade. Come to the halfway stage in the Derby, Florida Sun on the rails in the lead. From up on the outside Reef Glade, then comes Lobkowitz, Norwick going well for Greville Starkey, then Touching Wood. Golden Fleece is towards the rear at this stage, so too is Persepolis. Jalmood has plenty to do, Super Sunrise is under pressure, but Golden Fleece is going well on the rails. They've got 4.5 furlongs left to go, and it's Florida Sun in the lead. Reef Glade comes under pressure, Norwick's in third place. They begin the descent to Tattenham Corner. Florida Sun with Peacetime and Joe Mercer making up ground on the outside, and as they turn into the home straight, it's Florida Sun, Peacetime up on the outside, then Father Rudy coming up on the very wide outside. Persepolis is making up ground. Patetery is switched to the outside on Golden Fleece, and that one's making up ground, so too is Super Sunrise. Palace Gold coming with a run, but they've got 2.5 furlongs left to race, and it's Norwick in the lead from Peacetime and Touching Wood. Here comes Golden Fleece in fourth place and making up a lot of ground upon the outside, going very well for Patetery. And with 1.5 furlongs to go, it's Norwick on the rails, Golden Fleece upon the outside, and Golden Fleece and Patetery Storm showing to the lead. A 6th Derby victory in prospect here for Vincent O'Brien as they come inside the final furlong. Golden Fleece, Touching Wood, Norwick from Persepolis, who's finishing fast, but as they come up toward the line, Golden Fleece from Touching Wood, and Silverhawk and Persepolis are at the line. Golden Fleece the winner, Touching Wood is second, then came Silverhawk, then Persepolis, then Norwick, then Palace Gold, Peacetime and Rockamador, then Kamparlan and Tibbles and Father Rooney and Super Sunrise, then Fitzpatrick and Lobkowitz and Jalmood, a very big disappointment, then Wong Choi, Reef Glade, and towards the rear was Florida Sun. And so the result of this, the 203rd Derby, is a win for number 5, Golden Fleece, owned by Mr. Robert Sangster, trained by Vincent O'Brien, ridden by Pat Edery. What a marvellous triumph for Pat this. All was going well up on the outside. Second was number 19, Touching Wood and Paul Cook. And officially, it's a photograph for third place between Silverhawk and Persepolis. Well, there is Pat Edery on the 203rd winner of the Derby Stakes. This is Pat's second victory in the Derby. He won, of course, on Grundy, but no horse could give him more pleasure than Golden Fleece, who maintains his unbeaten record, getting a handshake there from Brian Rouse, getting a handshake from Paul Cook, and cantering back.
Well done, it must be a terrific horse.
Yeah. Well, I only had one worry coming round into the straight. I was going to go between them, and then the governor told me to come out because he's such a big horse. And he quick and
Listen, I was saying before that he doesn't look a pretty big, heavy, almost lumbering horse, but he must be go to go.
He's big, but he acts well. He just hung a little bit towards the end, you know.
We can look at the replay now, Pat, and you'll see when you'll see yourself turning in there. This is when you said you were looking for a position.
Yeah, and I came on the outside, just now, you see the noseband. And then I sort of made the ground up very quick without asking him.
Really? I mean, you knew you could pick them. You felt you could pick them up.
And then I've got there sort of a little bit soon, and I've had to go, so I kicked.
And Lester, when we came here, you were thinking, it looks a horse, looks like he's going to hang in a bit.
Yeah, he was going so easy, it didn't matter. And it just shot past him there, didn't it?
He quickened up real good. Yeah. And the great thing is he stayed well. We were just a little bit worried because he was so good over a mile and a quarter if he'd get the trip. Yeah. But he really ran home well.
Well, he run home at 3 legs. We can look at it as he come up to the line, Pat. You see you're already roasting home there. But we can look at it head on now and see you doing that way. And I think one will see the problems of camber that way round. We look at it the other way. Here we are on the outside. Obviously the slope goes down to the rail. Was he going in?
Well, you know, he's a big horse, and when he got to the front, you know, he just went left a little bit, and with the track going that way, he's gone slightly to the left, but I had my stick there, my left hand, and I just tried to keep him straight.
We look back, we see Persepolis, Lester. He seemed to be in an almost impossible position.
Well, he was a good way back. Two from home.
You'd have thought that in my horse in the straight. But he made it up.
But he's never going to catch Golden Fleece. Lester, I must ask you a sad question. You won on the minstrel of these colours. What do you feel like when those colours went past the post?
Well, you know, it's a good luck to Pat, you know, and I think he's a very good horse. What I've seen of him today.
Pat, you once said that Leonardo da Vinci or something was the best horse you've ever ridden, but you live to regret saying that. But how does this horse compare with the others you've ridden?
Well, he's every bit as good. You know, he won really easy. He was going away, so he's got to be ahead of him.
Vincent O'Brien and Vincent triumphant in the Derby yet again. Congratulations from all of us.
Thank you.
And a horse who had to survive problems in his way, Golden Fleece.
You mean leading up to the race?
Well, and last year he had a problem, we understand.
Yes, he did, yes. He got claustrophobia in a motor horse box, and he really kicked up, and he was very distressed after it. And my staff did a wonderful job with him over the winter and the spring. They kept taking him on trips in the box, and finally he got quite happy. But now, as long as he's got enough room, he's quite happy.
Well, he got here all right, but then we saw in the parade and cantering down, he did get quite hot, and when one was beginning to get worried for him. What would you feel about it?
Well, of course, Nijinsky, his sire, he tended to get a little even more so. So he's got that blood in him. There it is.
To a very, very level break indeed. And over on the far side, Wong Choi is one of the leaders with Count Palin, and also up there in the leaders, Reef Glade. And they are the three leaders at this stage, with up there, Florida Sun coming on to take up the running. Lobkowitz is also well placed. Count Palin and also Wong Choi up in the leading group. Norwick is also prominent. So too is Fitzwarren, and Jalmood's up there, and so too is Super Sunrise. So as they settle down at the top of the hill, it is Florida Sun in the lead. Right behind him comes Lobkowitz. Behind Lobkowitz on the inside is Norwick in a good position. Then Fitzwarren. Behind Fitzwarren towards the outside is Wong Choi. Jalmood's well in place touch. So too is Golden Fleece. Towards the rear of the field is Persepolis. And also with Persepolis is Father Rooney, and also Tidworth Tattoo right at the tail end of the field. So as they reach the rising ground now and go to the highest point on the course, 7 furlongs out, Florida Sun in the lead in the Derby. Right behind him comes Norwick. On a good position towards the outside is Lobkowitz. There's one that's hidden from me. Also up there is Touching Wood. He's in a very good position with Wong Choi. And then Count Palin. Behind Count Palin is Silver Hawk. And then Peacetime. With Peacetime it's Jalmood. And then comes Golden Fleece. And then Palace Gold and Rockamador and Persepolis. And last of all at this stage is Tidworth Tattoo and Fitzwarren as they begin to come down Tapnam Hill. They have 5 furlongs still to run, and Florida Sun from Norway. Lobkowitz in 3rd place. The one that's hidden from me on the outside is Reef Glade. And they're beginning to make the turn into Tapnam Corner now. Downhill and into the straight. At Tapnam Corner, and Florida Sun in the lead. Right behind him comes Peacetime, who's made good progress. Behind him comes Norwick. Then Reef Glade dropping back. Super Sunrise coming with a run. Father Rooney's only just behind them. I can't see Golden Fleece. He's coming with a long run on the outside, and Norwick hits the front. From Peacetime in 2nd place. Then comes Touching Wood. These 3 have drawn clear. Golden Fleece is coming with a steady run on the outside. 2 furlongs out. Norwick it is from Peacetime. Touching Wood. And Golden Fleece comes smoothly through to take up the running. And it's Golden Fleece for Ireland. And with a furlong to go, it's going to be Golden Fleece for Ireland. They have a furlong to run. Touching Wood hanging on in 2nd place. Norwick is 3rd. And then comes Persepolis finishing fast. Golden Fleece is the one now that they've all got to catch, and Golden Fleece is going away. Golden Fleece wins the derby in second place.